last living members of a pretty notorious group of former fugitives is scheduled to be executed tomorrow. Patrick Murphy is his name. He was one of the Texas 7 prison escapees convicted for the murder of an Irving police officer. This is nearly 20 years ago now. Murphy believes that his life should be spared. He took time to give his last interview before entering the death chamber. To our J.D. Miles.
Who do you blame for your being here?
Myself.
Patrick Murphy doesn't want anyone to think he's innocent.
So I'm not challenging the guilt of the crime.
But because he didn't fire shots, Murphy believes he doesn't deserve to die.
I don't think sentencing culpability under the law of parties is about justice. I think it's about vengeance.
New at 11, a clarification made by the Tennessee Supreme Court opens the possibility for parole for 2 of the 6 people convicted in the Lillyland murders. Back in 1997, the family was carjacked at a rest area along Interstate 81 in Greene County. Now, initially, the 6 suspects, all from Kentucky, pleaded not guilty to the murders. But later, all 6 admitted guilt and are serving life sentences. Under the court's clarification, 2 of the suspects, who were minors at the time, Jason Bryant and Karen Howell, could become eligible for parole after serving at least 51 years in prison.
When they brought those people in, there was a mob around the courthouse. And there was a place in Knoxville, a store out there hung, I think they hung 6 nooses up. That was something, there was just a lot of emotion tied up in it.
So Patrick Murphy was granted a stay. His attorney appealed the Texas government's decision that Patrick couldn't have his priest there while the government murders him. Now, isn't religion free will in America? Why is Patrick being denied his priest when the government murders him for something he did not do? He's on death row on Texas land for murdering an officer. He didn't pull the trigger. He was in front of the building when the trigger man was behind the building. He didn't even know the cop got shot. He had no clue until 15 minutes later. Is he guilty of escaping a prison and committing a crime? Yes. He don't want you to think he's innocent. Is he guilty of killing? No, he's not. This man does not deserve to die, especially by government. Who are they? Who do they think they are? They can just come in and kill us. If you let this happen to Patrick Murphy, when he did not kill anybody, his blood is on your hands. His blood is on your hands because you didn't stand for him. You didn't stand for justice. This isn't justice. This is vengeance. This is murder. Patrick killed nobody. But yet he's gonna die for murder? You're going to prison for this video. So here comes cops. They're coming and arrest me for this video because I made this video. You're all guilty. You're guilty. That's what's happening right now. Patrick's going to prison, he's in prison on death row, about to be killed for something he didn't do. You didn't make this video, but you're going to prison. Does that make sense? It doesn't, does it? Karen Howell. She's in prison for the rest of her life. She's been there for 21 years since she was a juvenile for something she did not do. She had to go pee. Her and these people stopped at a rest area. She comes out and a whole bunch of stuff is going down. She has no control over it. You cannot control another man, woman. You can't. You cannot control me. You can't stop me from making this video. So Karen Howell sits in prison for the rest of her life for something she didn't do. along with 4 others. Karen was railroaded. Karen was under duress. Karen was threatened and intimidated to take her plea bargain, which had no benefit for her whatsoever because she was a juvenile. The rest of them were facing death row besides her and the other juvenile. Unless everybody agreed to the plea, life without parole, it had no benefit for Karen. The judge didn't want to do separate trials. It cost too much. The fake news says that the bodies were laid in the shape of a cross. That's what the prosecutor said. He wasn't there. Guess what the crime scene detective said? That is not true. Not true. So, Texas 7. Karen Howell 6. It's all a game. It's all to trick you. To put you in fear. It's a fear propaganda tactic. To make money off of people. Yes, it does exist. People for profit does exist in America. Don't believe everything you hear on the news, especially if it's from the government. Justice for Karen Howell. Go check out her Facebook page, Justice for Karen Howell. I dare you to listen to that podcast that's pinned to the top. I dare you to read that about section. I dare you to learn the truth and then try to say she's guilty. Oh, let me show you something. Karen Howell. Centoya Brown actually killed somebody. Tennessee doesn't have a self-defense law. They took that away from the people a long time ago. So if Karen Howell was able to, if she didn't freeze up in fear and shut down and was able to defend herself and everybody else from an armed and crazy psycho lunatic, would that have mattered? Centoya Brown's locked up for self-defense. She's getting out. How about Sheldry Top from Michigan? The oldest juvenile to ever be released. To be released to this day. He killed somebody. How about Miller versus Alabama? Miller, the boy, Miller. He killed somebody viciously. All these people are out today because of Supreme Court saying, you know, it's unconstitutional to give a juvenile life without parole. Tennessee says that applies to everybody except Karen Howell. Why? You know why? Because all of their fraud that happened in court will be found out. It'll be found out. So for everybody that wants to say, oh, it's devil worshiping, it's satanic. No, it's satanic panic. To make you pay for something that didn't even happen. Hey, guess what? Baptist church, people. Baptist church for Karen Howell. These are all people that pray with Karen Howell, go visit Karen Howell, house Karen Howell. These are captains, these are wardens, all agreeing Karen Howell needs to be set free. She's grown so much. She's been there 21 years. 21 years Karen Howell has been there. And let me tell you something. She's grown. Karen Howell has more of an education than 90% of people out here in this free room. Karen Howell has a career diploma. Career. Do you have a career diploma? Domestic violence for women. Another domestic violence. Victims impact. Overcoming abuse God's way. Seeking safety. Karen Howell has successfully completed the requirements of anger management class. Karen Howell, this is for culinary arts. Another created new choices about anger. conflict management and resolution, commitment to change, tactics, habits, and that block change, shelter from the storm, for successfully completing cognitive behavioral intervention program, commitment to change, overcoming errors in thinking. Let me tell you something. Karen Howell has more of an education than most people I know. Oh, check that out. Diplomas. We got the GED and we got the culinary arts. Cosmetologist, barber exams. Do you have all that? Karen's grown now. Karen is 38 years old now. But your court system, your government, doesn't want her out. Because when she's out, the truth is going to be revealed about all the corruption in that court. Is your loved one locked up right now? A loved one's loved one? Is anybody you know locked up right now? Are they really guilty? Were they drinking and driving? Does that mean fines like galore to where you lose your house and your car and everything else if you didn't harm anybody? You guys need to wake up. It's ridiculous.